What's up? Welcome to the Red Couch. And the couch is full today. I've got all 16 members of ICU. What's up, guys?
What's good?
All right, so let's start over here. This is
Marco Polo.
This is
Frenchie Kravitz.
This is
Charlie.
You changed your name. You were not always Frenchie Kravitz.
Look, the reason why I changed my name is because I feel as if all rappers need a surname. Like Casper Nyovest has a surname. So it's a rapper surname. So I felt as if I also needed a surname.
Shut up and need me a surname. Anyways, you guys just did Better Than Your album, mixtape.
Yeah.
Let's just start off that bat. You guys are cheeky for that title. And it's amazing that it sounds better than a lot of, no offense, a lot of albums. When I listened to it, I was like, actually, this is better than a lot of albums.
Yeah.
Who came up with that name?
The balcony did.
Yeah. It's our little asylum.
Yeah.
It's our little asylum. We got the hubbly, we got the drinks, occasional female, and it's sparked up.
How many? Cannot be one.
No comment.
Oh. Anyway, yes.
And then yeah, we were just our hard drive crashed. We were depressed, and we needed a way to shoot back. And it was just a joke at first. We were just like, yo, let's just record a mixtape and record it better than your album. And yeah, it sounded nice. We ran with it. So
what a dope comeback. I mean, let's talk about that situation where he says you guys did so much music and you ended up losing it. You guys were quiet for a while.
For a moment, we actually nearly quit music, and we were blaming him because he was the one working. On the day he was the one working on the music, and the next thing he calls us like around 6. Guys, I've got bad news. What's the bad news? The hard drive crashed.
How long did it take to tell them to get up? Because you had to think about it, like, how am I going to do this? Or did you just call them immediately?
No, it took a couple of hours. You actually could have watched the whole Generations omnibus from the time it crashed to the time I told him. Yeah, it took a couple of hours. I was just trying to fix the stuff and it didn't work. We actually had an album on there that was finished, and yeah.
Sure. How do you guys come back from something like that? I mean, you have to start not only from scratch in terms of the music, but I mean, just that motivation and the inspiration to, you can't always redo that magic from the first time.
I feel as if at the end of the day, it's like a blessing in disguise because, you know, like through all those things that we went through, we ended up making better music than what was on the previous hard drive. But his voice was trembling though when he told us. He was like, guys, like the hard drive crashed. So we were like, come on, man.
These guys like you. I'm a G.
Listen, there's 3 of you here. There's 4 of us on the couch. Where's the 4th guy?
He's harvesting avocados in Limpopo right now, so he'll be back as soon as he's done.
Oh, he'll be back.
Yeah, as soon as he's done harvesting.
He's focusing on producing. He's still part of ICU, but he's just mainly on the production team.
Was he part of this Better Than Your album production?
Yeah, he
was. He was on about 4-6 songs. He was, and he actually rapped as well on a couple of songs as well.
The length of the mixtape is like 20 tracks deep. That's a long listen, you know, and luckily it's so engaging that you keep listening. But I mean, was that because you had so much coming back? You're like, we got all this music, man, we're ready to finally get back into doing it, that it was that long? I mean, what went into deciding the structure of the mixtape?
If it was up to me, you would have had 40 songs.
Shit! Like, you know what? Just have it, just in case we lose it.
The thing is that why we also call it Better Than Your album also, it is. Yeah, it is. It is better than your album, but we also went through like the traditional way, is that when we grew up, our favorite rappers were our favorite rappers because their albums were incredible. Like none of our favorite rappers were off a single. And it's becoming a trend now, but anyways, our favorite rappers' albums all had like full albums, like 20 tracks, 18 tracks, and whatnot. So, I mean, calling it Better Than Your album and doing 10 tracks.
Yeah. It's like an EP.
Exactly. And 10 tracks is easy to do for us.
How have people been receiving it? I know when I first listened to it, I was like, yo, I was wilding. I didn't really see. I saw it was a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, how have people been receiving it?
Look, I'll be honest, like, at the start when we released it, we were like, yo, guys, like we're gonna get like a lot of hate. Because the thing is that we said, yo, this is better than your album. So we were expecting a lot of hate. But it's funny because we've looked on Twitter and all social media platforms, and there hasn't been a single negative feedback from no one, which is,
People are loving loving the work. I guess
there was a gentleman that lives in London that hit us up. He produced 2 tracks for Beyonce, and he was like, yo, like this work is a work of art. And we were so humble when he said that. We were like, yo, thank you, man.
Yes, you're on the right path.
You guys are. The vocalist on the album, I'm going to call it an album now. I might as well. The vocalist on the mixtape, they're just so special. They're not usual as well, you know. But even in the way they sound, they somehow fit so well into the album. I remember tweeting that you guys picked these voices on there. I mean, Denise, I didn't think she'd come out so jazzy on Wake Up. I mean, how did you guys find these voices, pick these voices? Because I mean, there's like, we kind of already know there's a pool of girls that sing well in the industry, you know? And obviously there are more people that are talented that we don't know about. How did you guys come across, you know, all your voices on the album? It's an album now, don't correct me.
Well, honestly, we work with a lot of them. We've worked, everybody on the album, we worked, like, they were our day ones. So when ICU started with the spaceship, they jumped on and we've been working with them. So there's a sound that we want them to do, but you know, artists like, yo, jump on, and then, nah, nigga, I'm not feeling that. So it's like a specific, like there's different kinds of sounds where we know that people can execute better than the actual stuff that they do. And we wanted to take this opportunity to actually, you know, exhibit that side of them. And yeah, I mean, it's actually grace of God that we know these people with such incredible voices. That's why every day we wake up, we're like, there's no way this is by mistake. No way is this by mistake.
It worked out really well. They sound amazing.
Thank you.
The progression of the album, kudos on that. You know, people always get this, I want to show you my whole rainbow color spirit on the music, and next thing I'm singing, next thing I'm crying, next thing, you know, I love the way it opens. That is a drowning. It's so personal. Like Reba as well. I mean, just her voice. That concept, the first half of the album is very, very deep and emotional. Can you guys just take me through that part of the album?
Well, basically, it's what we were going through. Like everything you heard on the album, it's personal issues. It's everything that every member was going through at the moment we were recording the album. You see what I'm saying? Like there's no lie, there's no gimmick. Everything is true. Everything you heard there is true.
Yeah.
Who did the final arrangement? Now, I know you guys do your own production as well, so between the 4 of you guys, how was it working with, because the album, like, obviously it sounds different.
Track listing.
Track listing.
We got a lot of people to come through. The person that helped the most was Label Lukewarm. Shout out Label Lukewarm.
Hey, what up, Label?
Yeah. So he helped the most, and then he structured it in a way that it would, like, each track would be cohesive, so it would make like proper sense. So when he did that, we listened to it, and then finally we were like, yeah, this flows and it works well together.
It's amazing. Label, I need to give you props. First, when it comes in, you guys draw me in, I'm listening, I'm like, damn, these guys are going through the most. And you guys kind of throw me off a bit towards the end where I'm hearing, is it Don't Lie, or what's the track?
Tell No Lie.
Tell No Lie.
Tell No Lie, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are like, yo, I'm like, what? There's like a house vibe going on, the Afro vibes. Ooh, the fire. And then you guys come back, you close it off the way you opened it. That's you guys have no idea how almost impossible it is for a lot of people to get that right.
Yeah.
So shout out to y'all for that, man. That's
Salute.
crazy.
Thank you.
The influences on there, you know, the Afro, the jazz. There's some jazz in there. Y'all went deep in this, man. I'm just so overwhelmed.
At least we you gotta give it to Marcus. I mean, he sits there He sits there for like the whole day trying to get the sounds right, and he did his job. Like, if it wasn't for him, like, I know he fucked up, but he paid back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, it's 10,000 hours in this bitch.
He sits down there until everything sounds crisp, until everything is right. And it's been a long road, and
you guys have come such a long way.
Yeah.
So many years, close to quitting, you know. What are you guys learning about yourselves, about the industry, the way it's changing? Like you're saying now, things are different, man. Your favorite stars because of a song that you heard. Not an album anymore. How are you guys finding yourself in the space that's constantly changing? How are you guys staying the same or changing, you know?
The thing that makes it, that's why we kept consistent, is that there is no pressure. There's no pressure because nobody expects nothing from us. And we're better than most of these niggas anyway. So, you know, like there is
in trouble.
But like for real.
I know what a simile is. We know what a metaphor is.
Talk your shit though.
We know what an onomatopoeia is. You know, we educated guys. So.
No, but apart from that, like we don't sit with hip hop guys. Like everybody that we sit with in studio is a jazz musician, or he's a rocker, or he's a drummer. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to get new ideas if you're sitting in one environment, and that's something that we see everybody does. That's why so and so will sound like so and so. I mean, the other day I saw somebody compare 3 singles that dropped last week.
Oh, I think I saw that too, actually.
Yeah, we won't mention names. Yeah, we won't mention names, but the only reason why that happens is because everybody's drawing inspiration from the same place. And that's something that we don't do. I don't listen to hip hop. Like, my phone is jazz. I'm listening to RJD2, I'm listening to like soulful guys. Tom Misch, I'm listening to Tall Black Guy. That's who I listen to. And you just have to take those influences and apply it in what you're doing, and then next thing you know, your sound is completely different. You read more books, you watch different movies. Niggas out here watching Love and Hip Hop. What are you gonna learn from Love and Hip Hop? You know what I'm saying?
True.
But yeah, I mean, there's no pressure. We take time, we get influences from different things. That's that's why we're better, you know?
Problematic. Where are we going from here? I mean, you guys have just come back with a mixtape/album. So what are you guys planning going forward? Like, no pressure, you guys are always working on your own pace.
We just shot a video that you guys gonna see on the screen.
For which song?
For Milano.
Oh yeah, the single.
We shot a video for Milano. Sorry?
Was it shot in Milano?
In Milano, inside
Africa.
Oh, the other Milano.
Yeah, the other Milano.
It's
the other Milano inside Joburg. The Italiano will understand. And we're gonna release that soon, and then, well, you're gonna get more music during this year. We're gonna drop another tape or maybe an album. Yeah, we actually, that's why I said if it was up to me, you would have had 40 songs.
Yeah. Just drop another album.
Before the end of the year, you'll get another album.
And then we call it Still Better Than Your Album.
That's it. That's it. It's Still Better Than Your Album. That's actually
that's what we're calling it. Still better than your album.
Yeah,
that's the next one.
I just thought of it like right now. Like, oh my gosh.
They're gonna come back still better than your album. Listen, you guys are dropping the video for Milano. Better Than Your Album is out right now. You know, it's on Slicker on Live. What would you guys like to see happening in the game for the rest of the year? You know, later on we've got awards, and then we've got the top 10 MCs. We've got so many things happening in hip hop right now. For you guys personally, I mean, since you have your own bubble and your own pace of doing things, what would you like to see happening in the game right now?
Can we answer that one by one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, let me start. What I'd like to see is, I'd actually like to see guys push themselves. I know a lot of rappers, aside from the music, and you guys are sending the people cheap. You know who you are, you know what you're capable of. And that's why we called it as well Better Than Your Album, because we just wanted to, ignite that competition back into a lot of these guys, because I know what these guys are capable of. They're selling themselves short. So, I mean, you'll hear like one single and I'd get excited. I'd honestly get excited, and then I'd get the whole thing and say, yo.
Yeah.
And then the other 14 tracks, So what I'd like to see is guys working harder on their crafts and putting out better projects. Forget the singles, fuck the singles. Better projects, whole projects. That's what I want to see. Also, Payola must end. You know who you are.
Oh. Come on, Kravitz.
Look, he couldn't have said it any better. I was gonna say exactly what he said. And what I was gonna add to it is that, guys, we mustn't forget that SA is the consumers within SA, it's a very intellectual consumer. Like, people are starting to there are more black people that are starting to get degrees and are getting educated. So let's add those similes, onomatopoeias, metaphors, all those things within, because like, we've got like a smart market. Yeah,
I'm just saying, educate the people. Let's use the art that we're doing to educate the people.
So don't dumbing it down. Don't dumb it down.
Let's
like,
educate the people.
Yeah, for real.
That's all I want to see. I want to see the best rapper as somebody that's actually drawing or educating people or inspiring people. Just not in terms of money, cash, this and that. Way deeper than that. A lot of artists that they're looking up to are shallow for me. They're hella shallow. I think they can educate the people and they can take the art onto
to
the next
another level.
Yeah, I mean, and like, you guys really can't be happy, that you have cash, and shut up, you have cash, but like, that can't be what you guys use to validate yourselves as an artist. Really? Nigga?
Okay, let me ask this. How do you guys, I always ask artists this, because I mean, it's you don't always get an income as a rapper or whatever, unless you're doing endorsements or something. But like, how are you guys then maintaining yourselves?
Well, other businesses.
Yeah, other businesses.
Yeah. Move weight.
Yeah, we push that heat.
We push it.
We all got money too.
Do anything to eat.
Yeah, we have
do
to.
anything to eat. But I mean, we do music because we love it. If today we become multimillionaires because of the music, thank God. But apart from that, we will do anything to eat. We gotta feed families,
Yeah, gotta make ends meet.
That's ICU. All three of them. I'm signing my application form next week.
She's
No new members.
She said.
No new members.
She said she's
Oh,
coming.
snap! Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. That's happening. Look, Better Than Your Album is out on Slick On Life. Get it. ICU Music, at ICU Music on Twitter. I don't know about Instagram and the others.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
That's
thing.
it. Thank you guys
Thanks for
coming
having us.
through.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yo, look after yourselves.
We'll do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yo, don't lose no music. Can we do a backup vibe thing? I don't trust him anymore.
We've been since that day.
Don't trust him
That's
anymore.
what we
Ensure
do.
the music.
We backing up even the backups.
Yes. Done.
Broadcast live